Well, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is Tuesday, October 11th. It just passed midnight, so it's actually, this video is from Monday, October 10th. And hanging out with me and Kay like usual. She has officially, what, 9 days now? 8 days? 8 days before she heads down to South Carolina. For me, that marks 8 days until my birthday, which is awesome. And I don't know, today was pretty good. I have a delicious dinner here, green juice. Let's see, I used a bunch of kale, some collard greens, which I used about 3 or 4 leaves, 3 stalks of celery, a cucumber, and about 2 apples. So this is, oh, it's delicious. So let's talk about today. Today was a pretty good day. I had music theory today. I woke up thinking I was going to have lab, but come to find out I did not. So there was no lab today, which was cool. So there's just lecture at 5:15, and we always go until about 9. So it's usually, with music theory, it's a full day usually. And I wrote down what we talked about today, because it never seems like we're going to talk about or use up the whole 4 hours, but you do. Today we talked about the harmonized natural minor scale, harmonic and melodic minor scales, the harmonized harmonic minor scale, which seems redundant to me, and then the bass clef. So we ended it with something a little simple. All the minor scales were just, it wasn't confusing, but it's just like I gotta practice using them, you know what I mean? But it was a pretty good lecture. I mean, the thing I like about my instructor, Mr. Hayes, is that he demonstrates the stuff. So, we're talking about all these crazy minor scales, and he actually is really fluent on the guitar. I don't know how long he's been playing, but I'm betting he can totally shred on the guitar, like hardcore. But he actually demonstrates what we're talking about. And I actually took some video tonight with the iPad of him demonstrating and playing the guitar about what we were talking about. So I'm going to edit that in. I hope Full Sail doesn't mind, but I don't think they will. Because I'm trying to promote the school here, because I think the instructors do a really great job of really not only teaching this stuff, but showing it as well, you know what I mean? Like, the instructors here don't just know the material, but they can do the material. You know, that's always the difference. It's like, you know something, but can you do it, you know what I mean? And I guess that, to me, makes an even better teacher, you know, and it makes them a better player or whatever they do too, because they have to really know it, you know. I know that all seems really kind of redundant, but I'm trying to say is that the instructors at this school are really good. Mr. Hayes is really awesome. He's just a cool guy, and I'll get to that in a minute, because he's helping me out actually for the hip hop festival thing. But yeah, the lecture it wasn't bad. I don't know if we have a quiz or not on Wednesday, on the stuff we did today, but I do know that I'm really actually going to have to start studying now for music theory. It's not going to be so easy anymore, because we're getting into the stuff that I don't know, which I kind of figured about halfway through it would start to get a little rocky, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, well, I've got extra note cards and stuff, so I can, I can actually use those this time. Oh, and also today in lecture, unlike my physics instructor, Mr. Hayes gave us our midterm grades right off the bat. I got a 98.22 or 28. I got a 98 basically, so I only missed one question, which is pretty good. And apparently there was extra credit questions. I wasn't aware of that. I think the last 2 questions of the exam were extra credit. They were ear training questions or whatever. And there was one guy who got 102 on his test. So I didn't get the best grade, but I did get a really respectable grade. So I'm happy with that. So cheers to passing the midterm for music theory. It's so good. Anyway, it is. So let's see. Yeah, so what I was saying about the instructors and everything, well, at least Mr. Hayes, he's able to demonstrate the stuff. Like I said, I actually took video of that, so I'm actually going to edit that in right here. So here is a sample of, like, I think I took about a minute and a half of what class is like, and this is a typical class, so this is like the norm, you know what I mean? So hang on just a second, and you know, I think you'll like this. Check it out.
I just played a simple melody in C major. It was extremely simple. I actually played the scale. Not really all that original, but it'll work. Okay? I'm going to double that up. Just put an octave above it, make it sound a little thicker. 3 and a 4 and a... There's my melody, okay? That sounds like C major. If I sit here and play the C major chord over the top of it, sounds very majory. If I put minor chords behind that, I'm going to make it sound like that's an A minor. Notice how that melody is going to change its flavor altogether just by me playing different chords behind it. Now I'm going to make it sound like A minor is the home. That's my chord. 3 and a 4 and a... So you see, right then, we weren't really in C major. We were really in A minor, because I just made it sound like A minor was the home.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a class there. And I mean, it's not 4 hours of him playing the guitar. I mean, more often than not, he is up explaining stuff and talking about stuff. But he does actually play on the guitar and the piano, actually, to demonstrate what chords sound like. He does that a good bit, so it's not boring, I'll say that much. Like, the 4 hours is really tolerable. Like, once you start getting to the last half hour or so, then you start to get a bit antsy, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's pretty chillaxed, you know what I mean? Because he's involved, like, he's what's the word, like, he gets us involved and stuff by making it really interesting. Because not only does he do those, like, demonstrations of the scales, and in that particular point in the lecture, we were just reviewing what we'd done to build up on the minor scales. But anyway, yeah, so in addition to him playing stuff like that, and he makes it up on the spot. Like, he'll just play around with the scale and then record it with this little foot pedal machine or whatever it is. And it has little drum loops and stuff. So that he makes that stuff up on the spot. It's not like, you know, he has it pre-recorded. He's actually playing it. What I'm trying to get to is that he actually has songs, like, apparently the music theory department has, like, a big list of songs that they're allowed to reference. And they have the chord sheets for them. So we can look at the chords for certain songs and then actually listen to it to see what it sounds like. So that's a cool thing about Full Sail, is that they don't just show you what stuff is and tell you that's what it is, but they actually, you know, they show you the stuff to tell you why, and then they let you listen to it or look at it. So Full Sail is definitely superior in that aspect, I think, than a lot of places. I mean, I don't know. This is the only college I've been to, but Of course, I'm going to be a little bit biased, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm going to think my school's the best one ever. I mean, that's just how people are, you know what I mean? That's the name of the game with humans, you know? So yeah, I thought I'd get some video for you tonight and let you check out what an actual lecture is like. Tomorrow, I've been debating this since I took that video earlier today, but tomorrow I might get some video of the physics lecture. I mean, it's going to be really boring, but I might as well, just to show you what the other class is like. Maybe I'll even get video of the lab tomorrow. And I can't really do video of the lab for music theory because it's so dark in that room. I mean, they keep the perimeter lights on, and then the projector. I don't know why they don't turn on the main lights, but it's just way too dark in that room for me to get any really good video. What?
I'm sorry. You were like, I don't know why they don't keep the lights on. I was like, because of the projector?
No, but I mean, even in like the music theory classroom, he has the lights on with the projector, so I don't know. Maybe it's just so we can see it better, I guess. I think it has something to do with keeping the room cool and keeping the temperature down because there's so many computers running in there. I think that's what it has to do with, but it's just, point is, it's too dark in that room for me to get any good video. Like, you might remember if you saw the video of the first day in there, of a couple weeks ago, how dark it was, and that's what it's like every day. But I don't have music theory lab until Wednesday before the next lecture. I thought that I had a physics test tomorrow, but it's actually on Thursday, so I just got done studying a little while ago before I made my juice. I got done working on the practice test. And once I got to the stuff where we haven't gone over in lecture yet, I was like, wait a second. I don't think I have a test tomorrow. And I checked Propeller, and sure enough, I checked the syllabus that's on Propeller, and sure enough, there's no test tomorrow. It's on Thursday. So, no need to freak out about tomorrow in physics. Update on the hip-hop festival. I've been emailing the lady at the organization. It's been back and forth. And basically, I talked to Mr. Hayes after class today, so I'm free all day Saturday. I will be allowed to take my exam early on Friday after class. So that frees up my Saturday so I can work all day. But on the flip side, I got an email today from the lady at the organization, and she said that there are 2 mandatory meetings for all volunteers this coming Thursday and Friday at 9 p.m., and I'm like, you know, like, it just sucks because I just freed up my Saturday, and then I get this email saying that I have to go to this thing on Thursday and Friday. So I emailed her back, and I was like, look, I'm sorry that there's so many complications. I freed up my Saturday. I am able to make the meeting on Friday, but I can't do Thursday because I have physics lecture from, 5 to 9, and lab from 10 to 1. So... Or from 9:15 to 1, I'm sorry. Basically 5 to 1 a.m. And so I obviously can't do the 9 p.m. It's not going to work for me on Thursday. So I don't know if I'm going to actually get to do it because I can't make it to that or what, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to because I actually can work all day. I mean, I'm volunteering, you know what I mean? It's not like it's like an actual job or anything, but it'd still be cool to be able to go and volunteer and be a part of it, and then also on the side get some extra GPS points. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'll keep you updated on that, and if I do end up getting to volunteer, of course, I will get tons of video of it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be in HD too, because my camera's HD. So, yeah, as you can see, I like the HD video. Anyway, that's really all for today. I really hope you enjoyed getting to sit in on the lecture for a couple minutes. I'll try to do that more often when I can. But like I said, I've been taking a lot of notes lately because we're moving into the stuff that I don't know. So bear with me on that one. But I'll at least once a month for every class try to get some lecture time in so you can check out what it's all about and everything. Especially since it's going to be changing every month. At any rate, thanks for tuning in. comments, questions, concerns, whatever, leave them in the comments. Shoot me a PM. You can find me on Facebook. You can leave me an email if I don't know if my email is posted anywhere. But point is, feel free to contact me. I'll get back to you at some point. I promise. I'm busy a lot of the time, but I still make time for the YouTube and the helping people out, because obviously I wouldn't offer if I won't deliver. So it might take me a day or two, but I'll get back to you, I promise. At any rate, I will see you tomorrow after we get done with physics. I'll probably do a video in the back lot tomorrow night if it's not raining. So, yeah, I will see you then.